Coming up now on Animal Outtakes, we're taking a look back at some of our most memorable encounters. First, we'll meet Charlie the cheetah and learn about his important role as ambassador to his species.
They're like little engineers, and they make it perfectly round. They make it just the right size so predators can't get in and out.
And this is one of the smallest species of owls. And he's pretty unique. You won't believe where these little guys call home. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Hello and welcome to Animal Outtakes. I'm Marcia Panucci, and this is my best friend, Zeus. This big cat can certainly outrun you, Zeus. In fact, cheetahs are the fastest land animal, but they are also racing towards possible extinction. This according to the latest cheetah population tally. One conservation facility is hoping its work will give folks a better understanding of this magnificent animal and to get involved to hopefully slow down the pace of their extinction.
He actually arrived here at the age of 2 from South Africa. He's here to be an ambassador for his species so that people can see cheetahs up close. They can see their unique physiology and, in his case, their very unique temperament. He's giving me a bath.
This is Charlie, an 11-year-old cheetah. He's a third-generation cheetah born in captivity, which is why Judy Behrens, founder of Panther Ridge Conservation Center, says Charlie is used to being around people.
From day one, had a very calm demeanor. He really doesn't have an aggressive bone in his body. He doesn't even go after squirrels. It's too much work.
Panther Ridge Conservation Center specializes in caring for endangered and threatened species of big cats, giving visitors a chance to get up close to some of the world's most at-risk species.
Yeah.
How do they arrive here? What is their story?
Every single cat has its own unique story. So we do everything from the preservation of exotic felines to the rescue. So a lot of these cats come here and need a forever home because they've been abused or neglected in their previous life, and they come here for a safe haven. And that's what we give them.
Cheetahs once roamed Africa and into parts of Asia. Now, research shows cheetahs are found in only about 23% of their African range, and only a small number of individual cheetahs are found in Iran. The fastest land animal on Earth can't get away from the illegal pet trade, habitat loss, and hunters. Are they just as good at night, if not more superior than during the day?
No, so they're actually unique in themselves that they are a daytime hunter. So they're one of the only predators that hunt during the day. This has been a really unique adaptation for them, but it also has caused them a lot of issues for being hunted. So out in the wild, in South Africa, you know, ranchers will go out and hunt cheetahs because they see those predators during the day and it is threatening their livestock. So,
and we're trying to save the cheetah.
And we're trying to save the cheetah. Yeah.
And one way the staff at Panther Ridge is hoping to do just that by developing a big cat breeding program.
Unfortunately, it is the majority of cats are endangered. These cats' native habitats are being just completely destroyed. There's hardly any wild left, you know, and the only way really that we're going to have to save these species is to maintain a viable population in captivity. So the hope that one day, you know, we can protect some more areas of forests and re-release these cats.
And so that many generations in the future can come away from their computer screens and actually see these beautiful creatures. Cubs like Mika and Mateo may one day be a part of the breeding program here. Mika, a 4.5-month-old cougar cub, and Mateo, a 5.5-month-old jaguar cub, could one day play an important role in keeping their species from becoming extinct. But for right now, These cubs are just into having fun.
Obviously, they met each other at a young age, and they are basically like brother and sister. They play with each other, they'll groom each other, they love each other. They don't notice that they're two different species. They just think that they're best buds. So that's going to be definitely more of an issue when they reach sexual maturity. By then, they're going to be separated. That way we have no interspecies breeding. But for now, I think that they make great company for each other, and they can play with each other and wrestle with each other instead of wrestling with us. Yeah. So what this is about helping all these cats and preserving them for future generations to come, and also educating people. Not a lot of people know how endangered they are, how much help they need.
The cheetah is listed as vulnerable, not an endangered species. This classification does not sit well with researchers who say the number of cheetahs in the wild is falling too quickly. They estimate we will see an additional 53% decline over the next 15 years. If I was to ask you where an owl lives, most people would likely think in a tree. But there is a species of owls that you won't find making its home high up in tree branches. Instead, they are digging holes in the ground. Next to a busy and noisy road in Cape Coral, Florida, full of construction equipment and people, this certainly is not a place you would expect to find the largest population of the burrowing owl in the state. And you won't be looking up to see this species. You need to look down. Why is Cape Coral appearing to be the capital for burrowing owls?
We are the capital, and we're very proud of that. And the reason for that is when Cape Coral was developed, they cleared all the land before the EPA existed. And so they dug 400 miles of canals, they put sand everywhere, and that is natural habitat for the owls. So it's easy digging. And so the owls that were around maybe in Fort Myers or in cow pastures, they said, oh, let's go to Cape Coral, easy digging. And that's how we ended up with such a great population of burrowing owls.
Now, as we walked over to his little burrow, that head was following us, obviously the eyes, which must be very keen. But that neck was moving around and around. Is that usual for them?
Yeah, owls can turn their head because they don't have the eye muscles that humans have, so it's not like I can look to the side or look to the left. So they literally have to turn their head to see you because they don't have those eye muscles that we have. So they can turn their head almost upside down, all the way to halfway around to look at you. And that's the reason they get into these funny little poses.
Now, we are so used to animals in the wild shying away from us, being scared. We rarely in the wild are able to get up so close to this type of animal. Why is he letting us come so close?
Owls are, I won't say social in nature, but when they get used to people, they let you approach them. And this particular burrow, there's always people walking by, so they get used to that movement. You know, there's dogs walking by, there's people walking by, so they know that they're not threatened. But other owls that live out further in nature, if you were to approach them because they're not used to people and they see you as a threat, they're very skittish and they would not have the same reaction. So, like anything else, owls have personalities just like people. Some are friendlier, some are not.
Well, I would say he's very trusting of us,
He is
isn't
very trusting of us. Very, very trusting.
Now, is this how he spends his day, kind of peering out on his porch of the burrow? And what does he do?
At this point in time, because it probably is hot for him, so when it's hot, they stay in the burrows where it's much cooler. Also, we are in a drought, so the grass is very low and there's no protection for him. But typically they'll come out to hunt early dusk and dawn, you know, just at the sunrise and sun setting. When the bugs start to come out, that's when they come and do their hunting, or during the nighttime. And so during the daytime, they're also resting because they've been hunting all night.
Now, these burrows, I mean, we're looking at the threshold here of the burrow, But it looks very deep and long, is it?
It is very deep and long, and the longer they stay in the burrow, the deeper that burrow, I wouldn't say deeper, the longer it gets. Those burrows can go 10 feet long. So it's not just a hole in the ground, they actually burrow tunnels.
And they're doing that all by themselves?
All by themselves with their two little legs. They're like little engineers, and they make it perfectly round. They make it just the right size so predators can't get in and out. There's only one hole in, one hole out. They don't want a second hole because otherwise predators can come and get in there. They're so cute and harmless, and they do so good for the community and for wildlife and for keeping our insect population down, our rat population down. They're the exterminators you don't have to pay.
Why are we concerned about the burrowing owl? So many other things in this world to be concerned about. But you're concerned about this darling creature that we're looking at here. Why?
You just said it, they're darling. But we are concerned because it is part of the chain of life. And so if you see one species disappear, you see the next species and the next species, and you're seeing it across the world. So somewhere we need to take action to preserve. I hope that my grandchildren will be able to stand here and see a burrowing owl in the wild as opposed to having to go to a zoo to see one. And that's what it's all about, is education and preservation, conservation, living together with nature. Nature was here. First.
The burrowing owl is a federally protected species. Even disturbing their burrow is illegal and can result in a heavy fine. Cape Coral Friends of Wildlife is dedicated to raising awareness and protecting the burrowing owl. As the community of Cape Coral grows, the group encourages residents to start their own burrows in their yards in the hopes of attracting the owls. And coming up,
dogs today are part of our family. They are family members, and they deserve the best in medical care that we can give them.
we'll tell you how your pet can give the gift of life to an animal in need. Every dog deserves a lifelong loving home. Dante's Den provides a pristine, comfortable haven for dogs that have been abandoned or surrendered by their owners. We ensure that every pup in our Joyful Dogs adoption program receives lots of love and attention, is properly immunized, spayed or neutered, and is in good health. Prospective pet parents undergo a thorough adoption review to ensure a lifetime of love and care. Find your new furry best friend at Dante's Den. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES-DEN. Dante's Den, continuing the love. Welcome back. Just like us, sometimes an animal is in need of a blood transfusion. And if it wasn't for donors, well, that animal might not survive. We met up with some life-saving dogs who probably don't realize what heroes they truly are. Austin, the German Shepherd, is a hero. For about 6 years now, she has been donating blood. In fact, her and her doggy sisters happily come into the Blue Pearl Veterinary Hospital every couple of months.
Dogs today are part of our family. They are family members, and they deserve the best in medical care that we can give them. And having the blood available helps save their lives. And that's what it's all about, saving lives.
Dr. Duggar, we're here in Tampa in a facility where you have started a very interesting program, the blood donor program. So I have to ask you, is this rather unusual or rare in the veterinarian field?
It is actually uncommon to have a blood bank in a hospital. There are several commercial blood banks throughout the country, but the demand is so high for blood products in our dogs and kitties that a lot of hospitals have started now to do their own blood banking. And Blue Pearl, especially as a 60 hospital organization, uses a lot of blood products. So we're now doing a lot of our own production.
Now, when you give a transfusion to an animal, it is dog to dog, cat to cat. You don't cross them.
Right. And dogs and kitties both have blood types. They're different than people blood types, but we do have to be very careful and match the appropriate type blood in order to make sure this transfusion is successful.
Almost any dog or cat can be a donor. Vets are looking for young, healthy animals between 1 and 8 years old. Each candidate goes through an extensive health screening and blood work before being accepted into the program.
She's over 2 gallons. In a couple months, she'll be hitting the 3-gallon mark, which is pretty amazing. Something to be proud of, Lil.
The entire process takes about 40 minutes. Depending on the donor, the dog may need a light sedation.
She needs to be sedated, as you can tell. So we'll give her a light sedation. She'll kind of mellow out. We'll do the blood draw, and then we reverse her. And then she's paid well in cookies. But this is a social butterfly time for her to come. She loves coming here, seeing everybody. She thinks it's a party for her.
This is your pup.
Yep, she's my girl.
And there is a huge difference between anesthesia and sedation. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so we're using sedation. So we have her on a light sedative called dextromethorphan so that I can give a little bit of that, do what we need to do, and then we use something called antecedent to reverse her. So she wakes up and everything's fine. Anesthesia involves isoflurane, propofol. They're knocked out, they're going into surgery. So 2 completely different things, completely safe. We're constantly monitoring and watching them. We don't have any issues. And I think it's just taking the mystery out of it so the owners realize that it's not anesthesia. And even my own mother kept saying, is it okay for her to go to under anesthesia all those times? I'm like, Mom, it's not anesthesia, right. It's sedation.
So we can safely say that she is in a twilight?
Absolutely.
The donated blood is then taken back into the lab where it is prepared and then can be shipped to hospitals all over the country.
Yes, once we actually get our blood drawn from our patient, our donor, then that blood gets separated, spun down, and separated into multiple different products. Packed red blood cells and fresh frozen plasma. And each one unit can then be separated into actually 3 or 4 units of products to save up to 4 different animals. So we're getting to save a lot of animals with one donation.
And with a shelf life of only about 5 weeks, donors like Meadow, Jesse, and Austin are always needed.
I'm very proud of these guys. They donate every time without sedation, and they enjoy coming here and doing it. They love getting the loves and loves giving kisses, and they just enjoy their time here.
Not every veterinary office has the capabilities to handle blood donations. Many facilities rely on blood donations from regional and national veterinary blood banks. If you're interested in helping, talk to your vet to see if your dog or cat is a good candidate to be a hero and give blood. With a short shelf life, donors are needed. Greyhounds make excellent donors because they have a higher red blood cell percentage than most other dogs. It's a sound you might recognize if you watch a lot of jungle-themed movies. We will get up close to this little guy with the big set of pipes. You can be sure your furry friend continues to be loved and cared for even when you can no longer be there for them. Dante's Den provides a permanent, loving home for dogs whose owners have set up a lifetime care program for their beloved companion. We honor the trust placed in us by providing loving care, spacious dens, on-site veterinary care, and plenty of room to run and play. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES Den. Dante's Den, continuing the love.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare plan? Are you sure? Many people with Medicare are eligible for plans that include extra benefits in addition to those found in original Medicare. benefits like dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free with no obligation to enroll. In addition to hospital and medical coverage, at no extra cost, you could also get coverage for prescription drugs, dental, hearing, vision, and more. In many areas, plans with benefits are available with $0 copays for many services, $0 monthly premiums, or $0 deductibles. That's hospital, medical, prescription drug, dental coverage, and more included in one plan with premiums that may be as low as $0 a month. Call now to see if you're eligible to enroll. The consultation is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-620-2254. That's 1-800-620-2254.
The sound this next critter makes is iconic in jungle scenes and movies. Most people would believe it was a monkey making the sounds in the background, but it's likely a small bird called a kookaburra. Louis, I have this adorable creature here, and I'm just, again, falling in love. Who have I got here?
This is Stevie. Stevie is a laughing kookaburra.
Stevie.
And they're native to Australia. They're one of the largest kingfisher birds in the world. Now, he's still just a little baby. He's only about 4.5 months old, so he still has a lot to grow. He is full size, but he's still maturing with his feathers. So that's why he looks all puffy right now.
Now, he is absolutely very, very handsome. And he talks to you, and he sings, doesn't he?
He does sing. He's the only one that laughs at my jokes. It's this little guy here.
And can we hear him sing?
We're going to try. Stevie, you ready? Oop, the wind got him.
Okay.
Ready, Stevie?
Oh, I think there was a little Puccini in there right at the end. Yes, absolutely. This is a sound that's very reminiscent of the old Hollywood movies to me.
Yes, yes. Most jungle movies that we see the camera going through the jungle, but we never see monkeys jumping around, but we do hear the noise. The noise comes from these little guys when they're doing their laughter, which is what we just finished hearing.
Now, this bird is a bird of prey?
He is a carnivore. He does eat other insects and lizards in the wild. He perches himself in some trees and wait for most of the prey to come to them. They'll catch different lizards, insects, even snakes, and sometimes they get animals that are a little bigger than them and they're able to eat them.
They are, huh? So they're very opportunistic.
Oh, yes, they are. They don't miss a meal.
This carnivore uses its keen eyesight to look for prey. When it sees a snake or an insect, it will smack it on the ground or drop it from high up in the air to immobilize it. Then the kookaburra swallows its food whole.
He is just absolutely so gorgeous here, but this beautiful body is really a good camouflage for him, is it not?
Yes, it is. They live in the forest type areas in Australia, and the males and the females look very similar. The males usually have the more blue feathers on the sides, and the females are usually a little bigger, but they're very similar and they blend in very well with their environment.
And you know, he is just so comfortable. You raised him, haven't you?
I've raised this little guy since he was just a few weeks old. He came to us. People that had him before thought it was a good idea to have a kookaburra as a pet, until he does a little sound that he does first thing in the morning. And it does not become fun. He'll do it 2 or 3 times first thing in the morning and at night, but they could do it randomly throughout the day. And you cannot shut them down. You cannot tell them stop it like you could do with a little dog start barking. So unfortunately, they become a bit of a headache because it's too loud, and then they don't want them. And that happens to a lot of birds like this, even with parrots. When they start making a lot of noise, they're like, this is not fun no more. It's not as cute as it is, and that's how I was able to acquire this little guy.
He must be very safe and confident with you, Luis, because he is not grabbing on at all to my hand. He's just kind of resting there. He's just very peaceful. He's taking in the beautiful weather, yes, and he's talking to us, yes. Can you sing a little more?
Can you sing a little? Stevie. That's it. It's a little one.
That was a little one. Well, I'll tell you, it's music to our ears. And what a wonderful adventure this is to be so close to this beautiful, beautiful bird. As we heard, they are noisy, and their laughing usually happens in the morning and evening, which has earned the kookaburra the nickname Bushman's Alarm Clock. We'll be right back.
Many active duty servicemen and women face a dilemma as they prepare for deployment. Who will look after their canine companion until they return? Dante's Den provides temporary boarding for their dogs as they serve. We honor the trust placed in us by members of the armed forces by giving their furry friends loving care, spacious dens, on-site veterinary care, and plenty of room to run and play. For more information, go to dantesden.org or call 844-DANTES-DEN.
40 million. That's the number of free phones still available and the number of how many Americans can still get prescriptions free.
Free could be wonderful.
That's why I'm still working at 77 years old to pay off my prescriptions.
I needed to have a prescription filled and I had to leave because I couldn't afford it.
Call now and see what's available for you. Free prescriptions. Over 10 million people get prescriptions free, and the program has expanded so another 40 million can. Free dental. Over 15,000 dentists have provided over $330 million in free dental work. Free cell phones. 40 million free cell phones are still available with free minutes and more.
Free cell phone would change my life right now because it is something I cannot afford to get.
Medical supplies like back braces, knee braces, and diabetic supplies may be covered too. The free RX Plus hotline has saved callers over $12 million on their prescription costs. These free programs are now available to 40 million more people. Call now.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
We hope you've had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. Zeus and I enjoyed looking back at some of our interesting animal encounters. We'll be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching as antitoxins that help fight off antioxidants. I stumble over that one every time, okay? Oh!
I'm right.
He's looking at you because of food. Zeus, you know, he's taking this celeb business a little too hard.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-579-3380. That's 800-579-3380. 800-579-3380. Call now.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. When severe weather strikes, trust ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you. The ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.